The Ice Throne, The Battle for the North. Chapter 1. The Golden Compass. The lighting in the Oval Office was dim, save for the glow of a high-resolution satellite map. President Trump pointed a gold felt-tip pen at the massive white triangle between the Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. "It's too big to be a footnote," he muttered. To his advisors, Greenland was a frozen wasteland. To him, it was the ultimate distressed asset. He saw the melting ice not as a climate catastrophe, but as the removal of a white tarp covering a treasure chest of gold, oil, and strategic depth. Also interested in YouTube automation? Join our Discord or visit our website. Now back to the video. Chapter 2. The Rare Earth Ransom. In a classified briefing, the Secretary of Energy revealed the Greenland gap. While China throttled the global supply of neodymium and dysprosium, essential for everything from Tesla motors to the guidance systems of Tomahawk missiles, Greenland sat on the Kvanefjeld Plateau. It contained enough rare earth oxides to power the Western world for 3 centuries. The mission was clear. America had to secure the supply chain at the source, or risk being turned off by Beijing in a conflict. Chapter 3. The Guyuk Gatekeeper. General Milley explained the High North strategy. During the Cold War, the Guyuk Gap was a tripwire. Now, with Russia's new Severodvinsk-class silent submarines, the tripwire was broken. If the U.S. owned Greenland, they could install permanent, massive sonar arrays and underwater drone hubs along the entire coast. It would turn the Arctic into a digital fortress, making it impossible for a Russian sub to reach the mid-Atlantic without a shadow. Chapter 4. The Copenhagen Cold Shoulder. The phone call between Washington and Copenhagen was legendary for its awkwardness. When the Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen called the idea absurd, Trump didn't see a no, he saw a negotiation tactic. He canceled his state visit, sending a shockwave through NATO. Behind the scenes, the U.S. State Department began whispering to Danish opposition leaders, suggesting that Denmark's defense budget would be reevaluated if they didn't play ball. Chapter 5. The Sleeping Giant. Wakes in Nuuk, the capital of Greenland, locals gathered in coffee shops speaking Greenlandic, Kalaallisut. They were tired of being a child in the Danish kingdom. Some saw the U.S. interest as a way to finally achieve total independence. "If we have the Americans," one local politician argued, "we don't need the Danish crown." But others feared the Americanization of their culture, turning their hunting grounds into strip mines and missile silos. Chapter 6. The Dragon in the Ice. The China Scenario. With the U.S. and Denmark bickering, Beijing moved fast. A civilian Chinese company offered to fund a $500 million deep-water port in Nanortalik. They didn't ask for interest, they asked for a 50-year lease. Within months, Chinese researchers were everywhere. Satellite imagery soon showed that the research port had a concrete pier long enough to dock a Type 055 destroyer. The Dragon had officially landed on the ice. Chapter 7. Red Star Rising, the Russia Scenario. The Kremlin reacted to the U.S. bid by launching Exercise Northern Shield. 60 Russian warships and 3 nuclear-powered icebreakers moved into the Greenland Sea. They declared a maritime exclusion zone for scientific study. To prove their point, a Russian paratrooper unit performed a high-altitude drop onto the North Pole, televised globally. Putin's message was simple: the Arctic is our backyard, and we have the icebreakers to prove it. Chapter 8. The Thule Ultimatum. The Thule Air Base, now Patuxent, became the center of the storm. The U.S. moved in a squadron of F-35s and upgraded the early warning radar. Trump issued a security supplement demand. If Denmark wouldn't sell the land, they would have to pay the U.S. $10 billion a year for the privilege of American protection. It was a pay-to-play model for national sovereignty. Chapter 9. The Arctic Silk Road. By 2028, the first commercial container ship sailed from Shanghai to Rotterdam via the North Pole, cutting 15 days off the journey. Greenland was the gas station in the middle of this new highway. The U.S. realized that controlling Greenland meant controlling the tolls of global trade. The island was no longer a remote rock. It was the new Singapore. Chapter 10. The Mineral War. China officially banned all rare earth exports to the United States. Prices for electronics tripled overnight. The Greenland Purchase moved from a crazy idea to a national survival mandate. Trump declared a national emergency, authorizing the active acquisition of strategic mineral sites in Greenland, regardless of Danish law. Chapter 11. The Independence. Gamble. Greenland finally declared independence. Denmark, under pressure from the EU, reluctantly agreed. For 24 hours, Greenland was the newest nation on Earth. By the 25th hour, the Greenlandic government realized their treasury was empty. The U.S. offered a stability grant of $50 billion, with the condition that the U.S. military would handle all external affairs. Chapter 12. The Arctic Blockade. A Chinese mining fleet attempted to dock at their leased port. The U.S. Coast Guard, supported by a Navy carrier strike group, intercepted them. "You are entering a protected security zone," the American commander radioed. The Chinese captain refused to turn back. For 6 hours, the ship sat bow to bow in the freezing fog, the world teetering on the edge of World War III. Chapter 13. The Copenhagen Crisis. The European Union erupted in fury. Germany and France accused the U.S. of Arctic imperialism. However, Poland and the Baltic states, terrified of Russia, supported the U.S. move. NATO fractured. Denmark, caught in the middle, faced a choice: remain a sovereign but irrelevant European state, or become the gateway for American power in exchange for a massive payout. Chapter 14. The Midnight Sun. Standoff. A Russian research vessel accidentally cut the undersea fiber optic cables connecting Greenland to Europe. Greenland went dark. In the silence, U.S. Special Forces landed in Nuuk to ensure the safety of the government. It wasn't an invasion by tanks, it was an invasion by assistance. Chapter 15. The New Frontier. The final chapter sees a grand ceremony in the town of Ilulissat. Greenland remains a sovereign nation, but it is an American protectorate in all but name. The Trump-Greenland Accord is signed. Huge American flags fly over the ice. The U.S. now controls the minerals, the shipping lanes, and the ice throne. The Arctic has been won, and the map of the world is forever changed. The real estate deal of the century was complete. If you liked this video, check out our other 2 videos.